Hey everyone, thank you for checking out A1 Math, and today we're looking at composite figures, building off our lesson on area. And what a composite figure is when you have different shapes added together and you're trying to find the area. You can either find it by adding those two shapes together or having to subtract. All right, so to the right here we have this composite figure, and as you can see, if you break it in part right here, that you'll have a triangle and a rectangle. And what we want to do is take the area of the triangle and subtract it from the area of the rectangle, or add it with the area of the rectangle. And that's going to get us our total area. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the area of the rectangle. And the base on that is 18, and the height would be 7. So the area is equal to the base times height, and the base is 18 times 7. And then 18 times 7 is going to get us 126. So the area of the rectangle here is 126. Now we just need to add the area of the triangle. Now this one gets tricky. You need to know the base and the height of the triangle, and you have to use the composite figure and different pieces of it in order to find that. So over here, I know the distance from here from the top to bottom is 11, and over here on this side from the top to bottom is 7. It cuts off right here. So it's another few centimeters right here. To get that measurement, I'm going to do 11 minus 7 to get 4. So I know that this measurement right here is 4 centimeters. All right, now all I need to know is find this measurement right here. That measurement. Well, I know from left to right here on the bottom is 18 all the way across, and then it stops here at 13 centimeters. So I need to figure out how many centimeters are left here. So if I do 18 minus 13 and get 5, that tells me the measurement of this piece here would be 5 centimeters. So now I know that this is 5 centimeters and this is 4 centimeters. Now I have my base and my height. Now the formula for the triangle, though, is going to be equal to base times height divided by 2. So my base is going to be 5 and my height will be 4. So I got 5 times 4 and then divided by 2. Five times 4 is going to be 20 and divided by 2. Gets to be 10. So the area of the triangle is 10. Now I'm going to add that in here to get my total area of the composite figure, which is 136. So this is my final answer. Okay, let's take a look at another composite figure. Okay, now this one has a square and a half circle, a square and a half circle, and you'll see a lot of half circles in some of these composite figures. Okay, so what we need to do is add the, let's see if I can fit that here, add the half circle plus the square. Now that'll get us our total area. All right. Now I'm gonna go ahead and start with the square. That'll be the easiest. So the area of the square is gonna be base times height. And the base and the height are both the same since it's a square. And I have 16 times 16. And that's going to give me 256. So the area of the square is 256. Now we just need the area of the half circle. Now, let's start with the area of the circle. The area of the circle is pi r squared. But I don't want the area of the whole circle. I need half of it. So I'm going to divide it in half. Now, don't get this confused between a triangle. We're just taking half the circle. So we'll have half the, so we have the exact measurement for what we need. All right, now I'm going to plug in my values. Now, here I have 16 feet this way. So that's going to be the same as the diameter on the circle. And half the diameter is going to be our radius, which is what we need for our formula. So I'm going to plug that in for half the circle here. And I got pi times 8 squared. Now for the answers on the composite figure, I'm going to go ahead and use 3.14 for pi. So I have 3.14 times 8 squared, which is 64. Oh, and don't forget to divide by 2. That's going to give me 0.96 here, divided by 2. And once we do that, that leaves my final answer for half the circle to be 100.48. All right, so now I have the area of the square and the area of half the circle, and I'm going to add them together. And when we add those two together, we'll have 356.48. Oh, if you round to the nearest 10, it'd be 356.5. Okay? Now, here's two composite figures where you have to add the two shapes together. Let me show you an example where you need to subtract. Now, on this one, we'll have the rectangle here, and it's going to be minus the other rectangle. It looks like it could be a rectangle, looks like it could be a square, but I'm just going to say, you know, the bigger rectangle minus the smaller rectangle for right now. All right, I'm going to write those two shapes up here. And that's going to give me my total area. Okay, now the simple part is I'm going to find the area of the first rectangle here. And it's going to be equal to 9 times 12. And that'll give me an area of everything, even this missing piece here. Okay? And once I have that, I'll be able to subtract this part out of the equation here. So 9 times 12, or base times height, 9 times 12. That gets us 108. So the area of the bigger rectangle here is going to be 108. All right, now that we have that, we need to find the area of this rectangle and figure out if it's a square or not. Well, we see that here is 4 inches and 4 inches, and that the whole base on the bottom here is 12. So from here to here is 12 as well. So if we take the 12, which is the distance from here to here, take away this 4, and then take away this 4 off of from 12, what's left over here is the distance from here to here. So what we get is 4. So the distance from here to here is 4. Now all we need is the height. Well, that's given to us at 4 inches. So it is a square. It's going to be 4 times 4 for our base, for our area. So if we do our next formula here, base times height, gives us 4 times 4. Let's go get a 16. All right. Now, since this is the missing piece out of our original area, we're going to make sure we subtract that away. So we're going to subtract 16. And that's going to get us our total area, which is 92. Okay, now it's not always rectangles. It could be trapezoids, it could be circles, it could be even triangles. Let's take a look at this next example where we have a triangle involved. Okay, now on this one, what we're doing is taking a look at the rectangle, and we're going to subtract out the piece from the triangle out of it. Okay, so we'll use our formulas here. Now I'm going to write the rectangle. Just one moment. All right, so we'll have a rectangle, and we're going to minus the triangle. All right, and that's going to get us our total area. All right, so I'm going to start with the rectangle. And the formula for that is going to be base times height. I'll make a rectangle here. All right, and plug in my base. And even though it's up here, you can tell that the distance from here to here would be 22 as well. And then plug in my height, which is 18. And when I multiply those two together, I get 396. So my rectangle will be 396. All right. And now I just need to find the area of this triangle so I can subtract that out. So the area for a triangle is equal to base times height divided by 2. All right, so the base will be 22. The height is 9. And we're going to divide all that by 2. Okay. 22 times 9 is going to be 198. Then divide that by 2. That's what gives 99. So the area of the triangle is 99. And we're going to plug that here and make sure we subtract that from the rectangle to find out what our total area is. And that's going to get us 297. Okay. Now, that's working with composite figures again. Now, you got to do some thinking on some of these here. Trying to find the missing pieces, find out missing measurements, and you don't necessarily have to do it exactly this way. Like for instance, on this shape here, let's say I cut it off right here and right here, find the area of this rectangle, and find the area of these two squares, and add them together. So there's multiple ways of doing it. You just got to figure out what works best for you, and it has to make sense some kind of way. Okay? All right, and that's my lesson on composite figures. Thank you for checking out A1 Math. Have a nice day.